Hello and welcome to Lunar Astrology. So today we are talking all about the decans in Tarot and Astrology, and as you can see, I'm joined by lovely guest.
Hello, I'm Luke.
Hey. And I will introduce this properly. I'm Emily Kalcher. I'm an astrologer, intuitive tarot card reader, and moon lover. And as you can see on here, I will just briefly mention that the reason I came to astrology and tarot and working with the lunar cycle was to try and combat chronic pain, and thankfully that really helped with that, and the low intensity yoga as well. And now I can help people like yourselves if you have any struggles or dualities within your chart or within your life. And you're welcome to book a reading for more compassion, empowerment, and well-being, as well as personal development, or just if you don't know what astrology is and you want to learn more about you, feel free to book via emilylunarastrology.com. So let me introduce my lovely guest. As you can see, Luke sat next to me.
Hello, everybody.
So you've been working in spirituality for the past 16 years, haven't you, Luke?
Yeah, working, maybe, no, I've been exploring it for 16 years, let's say. I've been doing it as a business for the last 7 years.
Wow, yeah.
And we met relatively early on when I started out. And so we collaborate every now and then, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, it's always good fun.
Yeah.
And you've got this new one as well, haven't you?
So I do a lot of things. So my trade is a yoga teacher, I suppose. Prior to that, a HR manager. And I also do sound bath meditations. I work with a system called Human Design, which is quite linked with astrology. So we've done that. We've practiced that together a little bit, haven't we? Tarot, which is why I'm here today.
Yeah.
Wellbeing retreats that I do. I've got one coming up next month, and the next one in March. We have a great time at those. They're really nice. And then Resistance Pilates is a new thing. I qualified yesterday. Emily. Exciting. So it's like it's inspired by Pilates and Tai Chi with resistance bands. It's very interesting. It's very good for bone density, which is something I personally have a challenge with. And really good for building muscle strength, but in like a gentle, fluid way. You move like very fluidly with the breath, but with resistance bands. It's great. It's like the gym class that people that don't like the gym want to go to, because I hate the gym environment. And that's why I do yoga. And so it's like having a gym class without actually going to the gym class. It's great. It's great. So that's me. But obviously we're here to talk tarot today.
We are.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that for people like myself who have hypermobility, we might find some benefit. Yeah. Oh, you as well?
Yeah, me too.
Actually, I think I did know that.
Maybe. We probably have had a conversation at some point. Yeah.
Right. Well, let's see what we're here to talk about then. This is what we're looking at then. So what's a decan?
I'm going to learn loads today. I know.
So Luke knows tarot, but hasn't actually worked with this system, so it's a bit of a learning curve here too. Yeah. Jackie Hope has defined decans in this way, but basically decan comes from the word deca, which is Greek,
which is 10.
Which means 10. Yeah.
I'm married to a Greek. That's the one thing I might actually know.
Of course. So the decans, also known as faces, are an ancient Egyptian method for dividing the zodiac's 10-degree sections, creating 3 10-day intervals within each month. And each decan corresponds to a sign in the planet containing its own manifesting power. So I have a tendency to use my finger to point. Let's use this instead. That means that if a sign, say we were looking at Aries just there, has 30 degrees, it then divides into, let's say, 10, 10, and a 10, and each of those has a ruling planet. So 0 to 9 degrees would be the first decan of a sign, as I just said, and then we've got 10 to 19 degrees, second decan, and then 20 to 29 degrees would be the last decan of a sign.
Sure, I'm having flashbacks of that one time that I tried to learn astrology.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
It
vaguely
should make a
remember
bit
this.
more sense
Yeah.
as we go along, but these are some dates I've put for each sign, and I've color coded throughout my whole presentation of like fire, earth, air, and water.
Check you out.
I love color code. That would be the Capricorn and Taurus in me. So Capricorn moon and Taurus rising, newly Taurus rising, because I've had a rectification of my chart via Frank Clifford from London School of Astrology.
Is that a birth time rectification?
Pretty much, yeah, because I actually tried to go through hospital records to get the exact time of my birth, but they only keep them for 25 years. And now being 39, they're not going to have that.
No.
So we looked using a system called Solar Arc. I won't dive too much in that, but it basically looks at like life events and things, and then you're able to get the closer time to where you were born. So
I know an astrologer that does it as well. Yeah, it's very mathematical, isn't it?
It can be, but it also looks at like events in your life and things. Well, does that ring true? Does that ring true? And sort of go by a few minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I am.
Cool.
I think it's 28 degrees Taurus.
It is weird that in England, it's not the UK, but it's just,
27 degrees Taurus.
It's England that we don't have the birth times on our certificates unless you're a twin or triplet or whatever. But other than that, you don't get it on your certificate. But Scotland do, for example.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know why that is.
So let's go on. So this is something that you definitely do know about, a little bit of what tarot is. So for people who don't know, tarot is divided into two sections. We have major arcana cards, which are all about big life events. 22 cards, and everything that is happening within those 22 cards happens to or for the Fool, which is card 0, and then it ends in card 21, the World. And then what we're looking at more today, though, is in the minor arcana, which is divided into the 4 suits. So we have fire, earth, air, and water, which is, as you can read here, but for people who are listening and can't do the image, fire is wands, pentacles is earth, swords is air, and cups is water. So within the decan system that we're looking at today, we don't actually need to use the ace or the court cards, which are the page, knight, queen, and king. We focus just on pip cards of 2 to 10. So you'll see as we go along. And then here we have fire signs. So a little bit about them. Aries, you might know, is the ram. It's cardinal, so it's a leadership, starting things off kind of energy. Enthusiastic, inspirational, assertive, fiery, spontaneous. And then Leo, the lion, ruled by the sun, of a fixed nature, which means it's the middle of any season. It's cardinal seasons are started off by the cardinal signs, which you'll see kind of going along a bit. So then keywords for Leo: willful, self-centered, happy, fun, creative, generous, dramatic. They can be quite kid-like, as I know with my husband, who's Leo rising. And Sagittarius is the centaur, ruled by Jupiter, and it's your mutable energy, which is flexible. So that's the endings of our seasons. So if cardinal starts off, for instance, Aries cardinal sign starts off spring at the spring equinox. That's a more easy way of explaining it.
Joe, I learned something recently. I am Aries Mars.
Oh, you got Mars and Aries?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember looking at that in your chart. Yeah.
interesting. I've learned a little bit about that recently. I found that really interesting.
Mm.
I've always wondered why I never had any fire in my chart, and I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. So then if we were to look at the fire signs, which both fire and air we say are yang, active or masculine signs. I like to also say that they're outwardly focused energy, whereas the earth and water are more inwardly focused, receptive signs. But we'll come to that in a bit. But so fire relates to the Suit of Wands, and within tarot we'd say about burning passions of personality and spirit, desires, creativity, inspiration, ambition, dreams, goals, and generally vibrancy. Is there anything else you'd want to add to Suit of Wands?
No, crack on. Yeah,
okay.
You're doing great.
Thanks. So earth signs, so they're yin, so receptive, feminine. So we have Taurus, the bull, which is ruled by Venus, and it's got a fixed nature. So that is the middle of a sign. So, and then we've got Virgo, Virgin or the Maiden, ruled by Mercury and has mutable nature. I didn't say keywords for Taurus. They're contented, sensual, steady, and it's kind of like the tortoise sort of slow and steady wins the race kind of nature. And definitely all about embodiment.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because the Taurus is the bull, which you don't ever connect.
Well, that you think of like the stubbornness of digging your heels in, but Taurus, it does everything through the senses. But then you can find that a lot of people with Taurus in the chart love a lot of repetition. So they'll listen to the same playlists over on repeat because it's comforting, because they know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
But also can be slower to learn things. But once they've got something, they've got it, and then they can tell other people and be patient with them in how they teach them and things like that. So keywords for Virgo as well. We've got a very service-oriented, can be perfectionists, all about discernment differently, and well-being focused, because that's the sign we think of for health and well-being.
Perfectionist is very interesting from the Virgos I know in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Including my daughter.
Oh, really? But then you can have all the like tick lists and everything like that. But then sometimes you can just throw caution to the wind and relax a bit. But then if you're at the lower end of its worst expression, so we say it's the analysis paralysis. I can't do anything unless it's in this order. But a lot of people with Virgo in their chart in good amounts, should we say, they'll be quite helpful and look at different sides of problems and things, but also be able to be the person who solves it for someone. It's like, okay, I'm going to be here solving these things for you, and I'm going to make sure everything functions. So then we've got the last of the earth ones is Capricorn, ruled by the goat. I mean, some people say the sea goat, other people say the mountain goat. Pick whichever one you choose.
Never heard of the concept of the sea goat.
Well, I think the idea is of the sea goat is that it kind of. No, I think I have to leave someone else to explain it better.
That's fine, yeah.
But I usually go for the mountain goat because you can climb the mountain and then leave all the harsh terrains that you've had to go through to where you were. Other people aren't having to travel that as much because you're leaving something for them. You're leaving sort of a legacy for them to follow. That's the way I like to see it. The rolling planet of like there's restrictions and discipline and seeking excellence. Excellence is very much a Capricorn term.
So you're Capricorn moon.
I have a Capricorn moon.
I'm Capricorn rising.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm. So yeah, we've got within Suit of Pentacles for Earth, practicalities and hardworking, methodical, again, slow to anger, stability, and all of that.
So
Right.
just I'm just going to skip back a little bit. So we talked about God, what was the first one we did? The wands, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we've just talked about pentacles, and you asked me at the end, is there anything else I wanted to add? And so actually I thought this would be a good opportunity to jump in and say that, you know, you're spot on with what you're saying, and the way that I view, so if we just quickly go back to wands, I view wands as like manifestation, creation, bringing things into fruition. So that kind of links with that kind of the ambition that you see from the fire signs. And then with the pentacles for earth, I really see those as like the real people grounded in reality, the ones that want to like follow the action plan and the path, and the kind of the people that I would assume always really have their heads screwed on, you know, from a like the way the physical world works at the moment, you know. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do think that fire, there can be a lot of sort of spontaneity and things, but it's really inspiring and then gets everything going.
Very action driven, isn't it?
Yeah, without fire we probably all stagnate a bit, really, in my opinion.
Cool. So we'll move on to our swords.
Swords and air. So then air signs, Gemini, the twins, Robin and Mercury. So chatty and quick-witted, intellectual, all the things that my son is. And I've got Stelly in there, so I've got lots of Gemini energy. Talking for England.
I always make good friends with Geminis.
That's good to know.
And Libra, my husband's a Libra. All air signs, really. I'm Aquarian, so all of the air signs are good for me.
We've got the air signs covered.
Yeah, they're all good.
So then we got Libras, the scales, with Venus, and has that cardinal energy. So Libra starts off, I believe, autumn.
Libra, September.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Cancer's summer. Okay, so then keywords for Libra: harmonious, just, diplomatic, the peacekeepers, and all about the aesthetics, like arty and airy and all that jazz. And then Aquarians: throw away the textbooks, throw away everything, colour outside the lines.
The lunatics of the world. But my Capricorn rising is like, no, you're not. I guess I am.
I see an internal, what's the word? Internal
conflict.
I was going to say conflict. I thought no, because I don't want it to be.
It's a bit of a juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition. That's a better word for it.
That sounds fancy, doesn't it?
It does actually. But they're the ones that have got a lot of knowledge, and you often see the humanitarian side of things, and it's either science or I think supermassive black holes. Like everything and anything that is kind of needs a lot of knowledge, and there's also occasional eccentricities and things, depending on which one is more prominent in someone's chart. I think if you've got more Saturn placements, then Saturn is going to be more prominent for your Aquarius things, I think. So there's going to be the people that are more strict, sort of, I think, stiff upper lip when you think of Brits and who Aquarians.
Is that also part of the fixedness of the Aquarian?
Fixity, yeah. But then you also, because we've got a modern ruler of Uranus, that's where you see the eccentricities and things, and shocks and surprises and all that.
And so we have swords for that. And
swords, yeah.
Swords, I always feel like battles and challenges, but when I think about an Aquarian life particularly, it's full of that, because there is that juxtaposition of wanting to challenge the status quo, but also the fixed aspect of like, but it should be done this way. And it's very, and I think there can probably be some stubbornness in Aquarians as well, as that perhaps can see the bigger picture, but then can't understand why other people can't. Do you think?
Yeah, it's one of those signs that can be a lot more about the other, so wanting community and things, but it's kind of, but because in a way, I think, as I say, it's like Aquarius is sort of like out of the box thinking anyway. So it's wondering why other people aren't always seeing it the same way.
Yeah. For sure, I resonate with that. But then when we look at Libra and Gemini, like when it comes to things like battles and challenges, like Libra's going to be fighting for heart. Although they don't like to have a conflict, there will be this kind of humanitarian feeling where they feel like things should be better, should be more humanitarian focused.
They're so concerned with justice.
Yes, and justice, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Bingo, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if something isn't just, they're probably end up going to fight tooth and nail for that thing. But otherwise, they'd be very peaceful and wouldn't want to rock the boat, as it were.
Very much so. So that's very much my husband. And then so Gemini, then in regards to the battles and challenges, I mean, just the fact of Gemini, being the twins, being two minds.
Yeah, indecisive.
Yeah. So that kind of, it does make sense, doesn't it, in terms of swords? Yeah.
So then, for anybody that can't see our little slide here, I've written little things about swords and air as a combination of logic is one thing we've kind of talked a fair bit about here, as well as beliefs. But essentially, it's all about thinking and putting the intellect and knowledge and everything together. In a weird way, we can think ourselves out of a lot of situations, but that's not always a good thing. It can be that you think about ways that you're not going to do something rather than actually taking the action that the fire signs would do without thinking so much.
Do you reckon there's a lot of in your headness?
Yeah.
With these, and that internal conflict.
Yeah. And then not being able to switch off when you want to sleep.
Oh, for sure.
So that leads us then to water.
Our cups.
And our cups. So water signs, again, we've got that more inwardly focused energy, being receptive and signs. So we've got Cancer, the crab, which is ruled by the moon. The keywords are dynamic, very family oriented, orientated, or oriented. Either way. Yeah.
Orientated. Oh no, I don't know. You've got me questioning it as well.
Well, I've written oriented.
Oriented. Yeah.
Oriented.
Folks, let us know. What do you think? You correct our grammar.
Very protective of loved ones and people that they feel are family, whether they're by blood or just generally close friends.
Got a couple of key Cancerians in my life.
Yeah.
My mum and my daughter. Yeah, and they're very. The thing I find with Cancerians, and if you find this, is that they feel so deeply.
Yeah.
And that can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be a hindrance. It's my observation.
Yeah.
And then Scorpio.
Yeah, so Scorpio, the Scorpion. Again, it's got the traditional ruler, which is Mars, and then the modern ruler of Pluto. So a lot of things with Scorpio is intensity.
My moon.
It's my husband's moon as well, actually.
Yeah. I once saw this thing on Instagram. Just someone popped up like the what is the most intense sign, and like people are guessing, and so it did like a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and it's like you might think it's Aquarius, but it's not. And then it said you might think it's Capricorn, it's not. It's actually Scorpio, right? But I was like, oh, that's my sun, moon, and rising. I was like, oh, explain so much. Good old astrology.
Yeah, so that if you've got the drawing, I see why you were looking for the fire, because it's not within your big three.
Yes.
But,
And I've always been wondering, I'm like, why am I so angry? Oh, there it is. Aries in Mars.
I do think like earthy Capricorn stuff can have the inner frustrations that don't always get shown to the world. It's kind of like,
I always think Capricorn's a bit of a front, isn't it? You feel like that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like it's the be polite, show up in society and do good things sign.
Yeah.
My Aquarian behind me is going, no.
My Gemini said, we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Ironically, well, Capricorn is because it's ruled by Saturn. Saturn is that timekeeper of the zodiac. The clock's always ticking, and the clock's always ticking even. Oh, worse.
Pisces. Haven't done Pisces.
Pisces, yes. Oh, Pisces are romantics, really. But also, I think a lot of the water signs can get intuitive hits and things. But Pisces is well known to have that because of the ruling planets of Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter is expansive, but can also be associated with luck, whereas Neptune is this sort of imaginal realms and can be escapism, but the low end would be escapism through things like drugs and alcohol or behaviours that don't serve very well. But the other side of, say, imagination, escapism and all that could actually be, I'm going to leave myself in a good book, or I'm going to watch a lovely film or create a lovely film.
I was going to say, are they typically
they can
quite
be quite
artistic?
Artistic,
Yeah.
Oh. That's quite funny, actually. I was thinking, don't say autistic, because I've had two nephews that are both on the spectrum. One of them is actually registered to be autistic, shall we say, and the other one has a few tendencies which are on the spectrum, but isn't actually defined as autistic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then we got cups, right? So I always look at cups about being emotional, which I think water signs really are deeply emotional people. And also about physicalities of people in your life and your relationships and how you connect with them, how you think about them, how you feel about them. So I sometimes find if things are not going great in a water sign or within cups, it's like some emotional turmoil around relationships and people.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's just come to me, actually. The feelers and the healers.
Healers and the healers. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't think we need to say much more than
No.
that.